Yeah, now today I want to talk about angry women, right? And the thing is, what make them angry? Now, a lot of them are going to put it on men and blame men for past relationship that end up being literally a shit show. And the problem is why a lot of these women are angry. They're not angry at the men for the most part. They're not angry at the relationship for the most part. They're angry at themselves. But a lot of people aren't aware of their behavior and they're not aware of how they play in a role to put them where they are. It's easy to put something on somebody else's and say that's their fault, they are the reason why. But the truth of the matter is this, right? Nobody can force you into a relationship. Nobody can force you into a situation that you don't want to be. These women you have to understand one thing. You're the one that took yourself in the relationship. And people are like breadcrumbs. They're like a sandwich, like eating a sandwich. You're dropping breadcrumbs wherever you go. People drop breadcrumbs wherever they go, meaning people show a little of who they are. And if you're around somebody long enough and you pay attention to them long enough, you start to see all the problems and the flaws that they have. A lot of these women go into this relationship on this fairy tale, whiffed on this, this la kind of behavior into this relationship. They're on cloud nine, everything is great, the guy is the perfect guy. And then as soon as there's problems on the horizons and everything goes sideways, then they get angry and they get bitter and they get jaded. And then when they go to the next relationship, they go into the next relationship bitter. So therefore, you take seeing the toxic behavior into the next relationship. And what that is that's the making of a shit show relationship that's on the horizons, right? And when you're a person that's so auto directed, it's hard for you to see yourself as the problem. Because when the relationship ends, you go into the victim mode, the poor me mode, and then you go into the angry mode. And then you take that kind of energy and you take that into the next relationship, and then hoping that it's going to be different, or go into the relationship expecting. Now, nothing is wrong with expecting, but the problem is a lot of you guys are not really taking a time to check yourself. Because, as I said before, you're only attracting who you are and where you are at that point, right? So if you're gonna meet guys that are gonna just come in for sex or just gonna come in to use you, that's where you are. If you're coming to guys that's gonna treat you like shit, that's where you are. Whatever you're getting back, that's where you are at some level, and there's something deep within inside you that's giving you that kind of result. Because it's not nobody picking on you, it's not that they're no good man, and they say this shit all the time. There's no good man. There's no good man. No, because you're not a good woman. You can't attract a good man if you're bitter, you're angry, you're hateful. You will never attract a good. You're kidding yourself, right? The bottom line is, before you go into a next relationship, it's good to have some me time, to check yourself time, because when you don't do that and you just rush into the next relationship, you're not fixing the problem, right? That's like jumping into the mud, roll around the mud, get out of the mud, put on clean pair of clothes, and you wonder why you're still dirty. You're dirty because you haven't changed. You haven't taken the time to clean yourself off. Remember, it's not the people that you date, it's you. And until you check yourself, you will not change the kind of person that you're dating, because they're just a mirror and a reflection of you as a person, and also a clear reflection of where you are as a person. Remember, it's not the person that you date, it's you. And until you change your behavior and your attitude and your belief, make no mistake about it. You're going to keep dating the same guys, you're going to get the same results, and it's going to be same thing over and over and over again. When people are doing the same thing and getting the same result, it's easy to blame somebody else, because we're programmed to look outside ourselves and look at everybody else. But everybody is saying the problem. If you don't change, that means that the kind of people that you attract is not going to change, because like I said, nobody's going to change to suit you, right? You have to change in order for them to change, right? So being bitter and going around angry and blaming man, saying man are shit, they ain't shit, no man are good enough. Lady, look at yourself. You're the one ain't shit, and you're the one or the dog, and you're the one. Whatever you say people are, it's coming from inside of you. So if it's coming inside of you, that's what you believe, because that's where you are as a person. Take the time to change yourself. Once you change yourself, you change how the rest of the outside world sees you, and how the rest of the outside world will deal with you. People will deal with you how you deal with them, because at the end of the day, you teach and train people how to deal with you. So if you're behaving like a bitch, then you're gonna get the same treatment. You treat people nicely, people will treat you back nicely. That's something that we know growing up, that when you're nice to people, they'll be nice to you. But the minute you start being nasty and rude, don't be surprised if you're getting the same thing back to you. Okay? So with that being said, until next time.